In this video, we'll be exploring why Japan fell in love with jazz. This is a special edition of our series. We hope you enjoy it. After the devastation of World War II, when much of Japan was in ruins, people were looking for ways to escape the harsh realities of their everyday lives. Jazz provided an ideal distraction, offering a chance to forget about the destruction and hardships they had endured. At the same time, the improvisation and freedom of expression found in jazz resonated with the Japanese people's desire for personal liberation. However, there was more to the story than just escapism. As journalist and author Morgan Fay explained in his book Wabi-Sabi, for artists, designers, poets, it was during this post-war period that something remarkable happened. The Japanese people discovered an aesthetic known as Wabi-Sabi, which literally translates to finding beauty in imperfection. Wabi-Sabi is a traditional Japanese worldview that finds beauty in simplicity, imperfection, and impermanence. It's a philosophy that has been embraced by poets, painters, ceramicists, and gardeners for centuries, shaping Japanese aesthetics and influencing art forms such as kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Wabi-Sabi is more than just an aesthetic concept. It's a way of life that encourages finding beauty in the mundane, embracing the natural cycle of growth and decay and appreciating the imperfect nature of existence. As Fay wrote, jazz became identified with certain kinds of wabi-sabi qualities, above all, the quality of transience or impermanence. To fully grasp this concept, let's delve deeper into what wabi-sabi means and how it has shaped Japan's cultural landscape. One of the key elements of wabi-sabi is the appreciation of natural materials and textures. Traditional Japanese arts like pottery, gardening, and painting often feature elements that highlight the beauty of nature, such as the rough texture of handmade paper, the asymmetry of a pruned tree branch, or the imperfect glaze of a hand-thrown vase. Similarly, jazz, with its emphasis on improvisation and the unique qualities of each performance, aligns with the wabi-sabi principle of celebrating imperfection and spontaneity. A jazz musician's ability to express themselves through their instrument in a way that is both deeply personal and universally resonant reflects the essence of wabi-sabi in action. The quiet contemplation that jazz encourages also resonates with the Japanese aesthetic. In a society that values silence and solitude, jazz provides a space for introspection and self-reflection. The smoky jazz kisaten, or jazz cafés, that emerged in Tokyo and Osaka after the war, were designed specifically for quiet listening. These intimate spaces encouraged patrons to sit back, relax, and fully immerse themselves in the music without the distractions of conversation or other entertainment. It was in these kaisetan that the Japanese developed a culture of quiet, contemplative listening, a practice that became central to their embrace of jazz. But the influence of wabi-sabi on Japan's love affair with jazz goes even deeper. The transient nature of jazz performances and recordings, another key aspect of wabi-sabi, contributes to the genre's allure in Japan. Every note played, every chord struck is ephemeral, never to be repeated exactly in the same way again. This echoes the Japanese understanding of the impermanence of life and the beauty that can be found in the fleeting moments of existence. The limited edition vinyl records that are so popular in Japan also align with this appreciation for impermanence. Each record becomes a tangible representation of a specific moment in time, capturing the energy and emotion of a live performance or the unique qualities of a particular pressing. For Japanese collectors, owning a vinyl record is not just about possessing a piece of music, but also about cherishing a tangible memento of a specific time and place. Another factor that has contributed to Japan's enduring love affair with jazz is the country's unique cultural landscape. Following World War II, Japan was in a state of cultural and economic reconstruction. The devastation of the war had left a deep impact on the nation, and people were eager to explore new forms of art and entertainment that could provide solace and inspiration. Jazz, with its improvisational nature and ability to evoke a wide range of emotions, offered a welcome diversion from the hardships of everyday life. At the same time, the relative isolation of Japan from the rest of the world during the first half of the 20th century meant that jazz was a relatively new and exotic import. This sense of novelty added to its appeal, making it all the more intriguing and captivating for Japanese audiences. The Japanese have a long history of appreciating foreign cultures and incorporating them into their own traditions. This cultural openness has been evident in various aspects of Japanese life, from the adoption of Buddhism from China to the embrace of Western fashion and cuisine. Jazz, with its global origins, fit well within this tradition, and Japanese audiences quickly embraced it as a sophisticated and cosmopolitan form of entertainment. However, it's important to note that the Japanese didn't simply accept jazz as a foreign import. They engaged with it on their own terms, adapting it to their cultural sensibilities and incorporating it into their traditional way of life. One way in which the Japanese have done this is through the concept of omotenashi, which refers to the traditional Japanese practice of anticipating and fulfilling the needs of guests. This cultural value has been particularly evident in the hospitality industry in Japan, where hotel staff and restaurant servers are trained to anticipate their customers' needs and provide them with exceptional service. However, omotenashi goes beyond just the hospitality industry. It's a fundamental aspect of Japanese culture that permeates all aspects of daily life. The Japanese have a strong sense of duty and responsibility towards others, and this is reflected in their treatment of guests and visitors. They take great care to make sure that their guests feel welcome and comfortable, and they go out of their way to anticipate and fulfill their needs. This cultural value has also influenced the development of jazz in Japan, particularly in the way that Japanese audiences experience and interact with the music. The quiet, contemplative listening culture that is developed in Japan. Jazz clubs and cafés is a reflection of the Japanese appreciation for subtlety and nuance. Japanese listeners don't just want to be entertained by jazz. They want to engage with the music on a deeper level and appreciate its subtleties and complexities. This has led to a highly developed culture of jazz appreciation in Japan, with a strong emphasis on the quality of the music and the authenticity of the performance. Moreover, the Japanese have a deep appreciation for craftsmanship and quality, and this is evident in the popularity of vinyl records in the country. Japanese audiophiles are renowned for their discerning taste and their willingness to invest in high-quality equipment and records. They are also highly knowledgeable about music and audio technology, and they are always on the lookout for the best possible sound quality. In recent years, Japan has become one of the biggest markets for vinyl records in the world, with many artists choosing to release their music on vinyl in order to tap into this market. There are numerous jazz festivals and events held throughout the country, celebrating the genre and its rich history. Some of the most renowned jazz festivals in the world are held in Japan, attracting top international talent and huge crowds of enthusiastic fans. Despite its enduring popularity, jazz in Japan has not been without its challenges. The genre has had to adapt to changing times and evolving tastes, and it has faced competition from other forms of music and entertainment. However, jazz has proven to be remarkably resilient, and it continues to thrive in Japan today. Japan's love affair with jazz is a testament to the universal appeal of this unique and innovative genre. From its improvisational nature to its ability to evoke a wide range of emotions, jazz has captured the hearts and imaginations of Japanese audiences for decades. Moreover, the Japanese have embraced jazz on their own terms, adapting it to their cultural sensibilities and incorporating it into their traditional way of life. The quiet contemplation that jazz encourages also resonates with the Japanese aesthetic. In a society that values silence and solitude, jazz provides a space for introspection and self-reflection. The smoky jazz kisaten, or jazz cafés, that emerged in Tokyo and Osaka after the war were designed specifically for quiet listening. These intimate spaces encourage patrons to sit back, relax, and fully immerse themselves in the music without the distractions of conversation or other entertainment. It was in these kaisaton that the Japanese developed a culture of quiet, contemplative listening, a practice that became central to their embrace of jazz. Even today, hidden among the neon-lit alleyways and minimalist coffee shops, the heartbeat of jazz still quietly pulses through Japan's urban rhythm, a timeless melody that echoes the nation's cultural soul. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you'll be showing us your support, which we truly appreciate. In return, we promise to keep bringing you more fascinating content that explores the intricate connection between music and our world. Thank you for being a part of our story.